Feminist, the person who believes in the social, political and economic equality of sexes.
Hello you wonderful creatures, I'm back again with another video. If you don't know who I am, my name is B. I'm here to educate people on the stuff that you don't get taught in school but you should. If you want to see the video for that, click somewhere around here and you can go and watch my video on education. But today, we are going to be talking about feminism. I consider myself a feminist. I think that everybody should be equal. I want to get paid the same that a man does for the same job. I want every woman, girl, teenager on this planet, they have a right to an education and I want them to have an education. Even believe in the eradication of double standards. Like, I am feminist through and through. I don't know if it's because it got shoved down my throat when I was at an all-girls school or if it's because it is more and more prominent in women these days, but I am a feminist. I will happily sit here and say that I believe that everybody should be equal in the same way that I believe that black people and white people should be equal. I believe that men and women should be equal. So today, I want to talk about a lot of things to do with feminism. As you can tell by the title, it's titled, You Are Not A Feminist. So I want to talk about the people that label themselves as feminists, but I don't personally and logically agree that they are feminists. So initially, I want to talk about female supremacy. So for anybody that doesn't know, female supremacists are what are known as radical feminists, or in layman's terms, men haters. They're the sort of, they're what people think of when you say I'm a feminist. They think, oh, they hate men. That's essentially what female supremacists are. So yeah, female supremacy believes that women are better than men, we're biologically, mentally, emotionally, physically better than men. They believe that men are inferior to women. They believe that we've basically been repressed enough and that it's now our time to have a matriarchal society and we should rule and run everything. And I want to talk about this purely because if you are a female supremacist, you are not a feminist. A feminist is not someone that believes in equality for women. That's not what a feminist is. A feminist is not someone that believes that women are better than men. We do not believe that we deserve any more than the average man does. Here is the definition for feminism. As you can see, it's literally about equality for both sexes. It's literally nothing to do with women being better than men or any sex being better than the other. So I'm getting really sick, and I mean so sick and so tired of feminists getting a bad reputation or having the negative stigma attached to us purely because female supremacists call themselves feminists. You're not a feminist. I'm sorry, you're not. I don't care what anybody says. If you believe that women are better than men and that we deserve more than men and that we are superior and men are inferior and we deserve to get paid more than men and we deserve to get more in life than men do, you are not a feminist. I understand that the term feminist is somewhat confusing because it does sound like it focuses only solely on women, but it is about equality for both sexes. It's just that we focus mainly on women because women are the ones that have been oppressed for so long. We're the ones that need more help than men do. Like, I understand, I haven't been a guy for a while, but like, I understand that men probably have their own issues, they have their own struggles in life. I understand that in this general society, men aren't allowed to be emotional. It's considered sissy to cry, it's all that kind of stuff. I understand you have your own issues. However, in a very respectful way, women have it worse. And we've had it worse for the best part of eternity. If you are a feminist, you believe that men and women should be equal. We should get paid the same, we should both get the same education, we should both learn the same things, we should both be equal. There should be no double standards. If you're a guy and you sleep with someone, you're a lad. If you're a girl and you sleep with someone, you're a slut. We want everything to be equal. That's all we want. We just want to get paid the same as you and we just want to be treated the same as you, and I don't personally think that's a lot to ask. However, female supremacists take it to a whole different level. You are not a feminist if you are a female supremacist. If you're a female supremacist, you're a female supremacist. That's all I can say to you. You are not here, you are not advocating that men and women should be equal. You are basically saying everything should be as it was 100 years ago. Women didn't have the vote or anything like that, except you want women to have the vote and then don't. I'm going to a very extreme, obviously, like a very extreme sense of this, but essentially, that's what they believe. They believe that women are superior to men, and they believe that we should have more rights than men, and they believe that we are better than men, and we're not. I don't think either sex is better. I think we both have our faults, we both have our pros. Like, men suck, women suck, men are great, women are great. We already are biologically and physically equal. It's just politically and economically and socially we're not, and that's where feminists come from. That's what we want. Whereas female supremacists want the complete opposite. They want women to be rulers of the world, and that's not okay. I'm getting sick of it. I'm getting so sick of female supremacists saying, I'm a feminist and I want all men to bow to my feet and I want them to worship the ground that I walk on. Like, no, I'm sorry, you're not a feminist. Stop it. At the same time, I want to nip it in the bud that a man can't be a feminist, because 100% you can. You can be a feminist if you're a man. Like I said, I understand it's quite a confusing term. I understand that it does make it sound like we only care about women, and that's not true. Like I said, I want men and women to be equal. I understand that men have their own struggles. It's just that women's are probably somewhat easier to deal with, because I feel like a lot of male struggles in life are societal and it's all social expectation, and that's obviously a lot more difficult to change than the Equal Pay Act, for example. I don't know what struggles you guys face on a day-to-day basis. If I'm honest, I've not lived it, I don't know. And if you think that I'm wrong, by all means, let me know in the comments below. But as I understand it, essentially we are dealing with women's first because, yes, we have been oppressed for a very, very, very long time, and there are still many countries in the world that are oppressing women in the same way that British women were being oppressed 100 years ago. So yeah, I think we need to nip it in the bud that a man can't be a feminist, and if he is a feminist, that he's wrong or anything like that. Because again, equality for both sexes. If you want to be a feminist, be a feminist. If you want equal rights for both men and women, then you're a feminist. I'm sorry to say it, I'm sorry if that offends you, but you're a feminist. If you want men and women to be equal, you are a feminist. That's how it is. Feminism, mainly, as I said, at the moment, does focus on women, and it's about women's right to choose what they do. And I think that's been lost quite a bit in the past 5-10 years. What feminism isn't is all women should work and all women should do this and all women should do that. It's literally about women's right to choose. So if you want to be a housewife, if you want to stay at home and look after your kids and cook dinner for your husband every night when he comes home from work, that is completely your right. You are 100% in your rights to do that. I have no issue with you, I honestly don't. If you want to do that, that is perfectly fine. However, there are a lot of women that believe that we shouldn't be at home and that that's oppressive and that that's 1950s, etc, etc. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think that women should have the right to choose what they want to do, and if you want to be a housewife, be a housewife. If you want to be a CEO of a company, do it. It's about women having the freedom to do what they want, and so far we haven't really had that right. Like feminism isn't even like that old of a concept. Like, if you really think about it, we didn't get the vote that long ago. In comparison to how long the world and civilization has been a thing, and democracy has been a thing, we got the vote like 5 minutes ago, and it's stupid for one, but at the same time we did fight for that, and we fought for our right to choose who runs our country, and we fought for the right to go to school, and we fought for the right to get our own jobs and to have our own careers and to get somewhat equal pay, because it's not quite there yet, but somewhat equal pay to men. However, if you don't want to work, don't work. I know that there are probably many feminists out there that say to women, you should not be a housewife, you should be out doing things, and we didn't fight for your vote and we didn't fight for your right to get a career for you to sit at home with a man. I can guarantee you that if a millionaire went over to those women and said, I'll marry you and you will never have to work again, I honestly highly doubt that many of the feminists that I know would not stand there and be like, never work again and be rich. continue to work and maybe not get as far as I want in life, maybe not earn as much as I want in life, etc, etc. It's not a bad thing for a man to save you. Just in the same way as I'm sure there are male gold diggers out there. There are house husbands. I know one. I know many actually. I know many husbands that stay at home all day, and that's completely fine. It's not about that. It's not. You're getting it so confused. It's not about women running and ruling the world. It's not about that. If you believe that women should not be housewives, and if you believe that women should be out getting paid, doing like working on their grind, and that is the only pathway for women in life, you are not a feminist. It's not even a fair assumption to make that all women want to do that. And feminism is about the right to choose what you want to do. It's about everybody's right to choose what you want to do. If a man wants to be a house husband, let him be a house husband. If a woman wants to be a CEO of a company, let her be a CEO of a company. It's about challenging gender roles and the stereotypical gender roles. It's not about a sex being better than another or women doing things purely because other women fought for their right to do it. Like, that's not what this is all about. It's not about that at all. That's the same as saying that all gay people have to get married because now it's legal for gay people to get married. If a gay person doesn't want to get married, they're not going to get married. They shouldn't have to get married purely because it's legal to. Cough. Do me a favour, you're having a bubble. Like, no, I have no time for that. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says, I have no time for that. Everybody has the right to do whatever the f they want to do with their lives, and you as a person have no right to take that away from anyone. Therefore, stop trying to do it. You're just as bad as other people that have oppressed women for the last God knows how many years. Like, you're making us sound like such horrible people, and we're really not. I want to say this on behalf of all feminists out there. We're not horrible people. We don't want to take your jobs and steal your money, and we don't want any of that. We just want to be treated the same as you. It's all we want, and I don't think that's a lot to ask. I think we should be treated the same as you. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, that's the end of the video. It was quite a short one this week. Quite impressed with that. If you liked it, please leave it a thumbs up down below so I know. Let me know that you want me to keep making videos. Please subscribe to me, because right now, most of my views, and like when I say most, I mean like 80-ish% of my views are coming from people that aren't subscribed to me. And if you're watching my videos every time I upload anyway, then you may as well subscribe to me because you obviously like my content. So please subscribe to me, put on your notification bell so you never miss a post. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I will put those somewhere on the screen, as always. I will be here until you tell me not to be, and probably still after that anyway. Have a great week, guys.